In a quiet town nestled in North America, a 40-year-old woman named Emily lived in an old Victorian house with her two 19-year-old twin daughters, Sophia and Olivia. The house was known for its grandeur and history, but it also held a dark secret. Locals believed the house was haunted by a ghost, the victim of a tragic event centuries ago. Emily always dismissed ghost stories as nonsense, but her daughters were terrified. Strange occurrences began happening in the house. Bizarre noises echoed through the night, doors opened and closed on their own, and sometimes a chilling gust of air would sweep through the rooms, as if an invisible presence were there. One night, as Emily and her daughters slept, they heard a horrifying scream. They jolted awake and saw a hazy figure standing in the room. The figure was that of a woman, her face etched with sadness and pain. Sophia and Olivia trembled with fear, but Emily kept her composure. She tried to speak to the ghost, but it didn't respond. The ghost slowly moved towards them, and Emily knew they had to escape. They fled the house and took refuge at a neighbor's. The next day, they decided to leave the house forever. They knew they could never be safe in that haunted place. They rented a small house on the outskirts of town. The house was new and comfortable, and they hoped they could live peacefully there. But they soon discovered that the ghost had followed them. The same strange events that occurred in the old house began happening in the new one. Emily and her daughters lived in fear, and they didn't know what to do. One day, they learned about a local historian who specialized in ghosts and paranormal phenomena. They sought his help, and the historian told them that the ghost was the spirit of a young woman named Elizabeth. Elizabeth had been murdered by her husband centuries ago, and her soul had not found peace. The historian offered to help Emily and her daughters free Elizabeth's spirit. They performed a ritual in which they told Elizabeth's story and asked her to go in peace. After the ritual, a sense of calm settled over the house. The ghost had vanished, and Emily and her daughters finally felt safe. They thanked the historian, who told them that by freeing Elizabeth's soul, they had not only saved themselves but also granted Elizabeth peace. Emily and her daughters knew they would never forget that terrifying experience, but they also knew they had learned an important lesson. They learned that ghosts and paranormal phenomena could be real, and that sometimes we have to face things that are beyond our understanding.